Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tony Holowitz, and we've been going through some of the fundamentals of sending an email and getting a little bit acclimated to Microsoft Outlook. But what really comes down to the most important thing of Outlook, in my opinion, is managing your inbox. And the reason I say that is as you start getting involved with email more and more, we get tons of email, and we've got to come up with strategies for managing our inbox and dealing with it and working with it. So as you get more and more emails, if you don't have a strategy, I just think you can waste tons of time. And I think that's very important to keep in mind. So what I'm going to talk about here is some little things that I think can help you manage Outlook and manage your time effectively. Let me just talk some more about a couple little things. When I look at Microsoft Outlook and I think about email, I think, okay, you know what? When I work with email, what happens is this. If someone sends me an email and I get it, what they can actually do to me is they can take a problem or an issue and send it to me and now make it my problem or issue. So if they send an email saying, hey, we got a problem, can you resolve this right away? They're sort of making the assumption that I'm going to see the email and I'm going to get it right away. So sometimes you got to put out fires, but sometimes you just need to not be distracted by email. So let me just tell you what I try to suggest for people. When email comes in, you can make one of, in my opinion, three decisions. You can delete an email, or you can decide to deal with it later. That's the first two. Or you might see an email and say, you know what, I don't really want to delete it. It's not something I have to deal with, but it's something that's important that maybe I should address, or keep so that if I need to address it later, I can do that. So let me show you what I suggest. What I want to suggest to you is this. Over here on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see we have an inbox, and I want to draw your attention up here next to where it says my email address. There's a little arrow right here that's pointing sort of towards 4 o'clock. Well, I'm going to click on this, and basically what I've done is I've just shut that. I'm going to click on it again, and I'm going to expand it so now I can see my inbox, and I can see what are called drafts, sent items. Now, my inbox is anything I have in my inbox. If I send an email but I'm not quite done with it and I save that email, it will be saved in the drafts folder because I've created a draft of an email and I can come back later. The sent items are all the emails I've sent. Okay, trash is anything I've deleted. Bulk mail is potentially where spam will be put. The outbox is where things are stored for that few moments when you hit send. It will go from the um, drafts area to the outbox, but temporarily it might just be seconds. You might not even notice it. But what we can do here is in the inbox, we can create folders in order to save our information. So I'm going to right click on the inbox and I'm going to go new folder. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just call this one, I'm going to put the number 1 in front of it, and I'm going to call it important. And I'm going to click away from it. Okay. And I'm going to click OK. Now, when you create folders, it can be a limitation of how your email is set up and will be dependent on how you can create these folders. So because this email is what's called an IMAP account, I literally have to go to another area to create these folders. So what I want to show you is that when you create folders, it can be different dependent on how you work with email, and it's sort of the behind the scenes settings. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to create some folders behind the scenes that when we come back, you will see those folders and then I'll show you how to work with them. So if you have a pop email account, you can quickly and easily create a folder. If you have an IMAP account or Microsoft Exchange account, you might run into some little issues with creating folders. You might have to do them in the web-based portion of your email. And I know that is something that I'm introducing right now, the web-based portion. You might not know what that is, but I'll create a tutorial on that to show you how to work with Webmail and show you how to create that stuff there. The thing that's tricky about that, it's different for every type of organization, or it can be different depending on the company you're working with. But when we come back, you're going to see 3 folders that I'm going to talk to you a strategy about how to work with them. So this is just part 1 of managing your email, and I look forward to talking to you in the next tutorial. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tony Holowitz. Thank you very much. Have a great day.